Hello, Twitch. How is everyone this evening? Welcome, welcome. National Mushroom Day today. So, still got beef to use up, but we're gonna throw some mushrooms in there. We got another of our Swiss steaks out of the freezer. And we're gonna have that with some wine and some other good stuff. But as usual, first some coffee. my mug in the other room. Forgot my sandals too. So how is everyone this lovely evening? Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful end to their week. Lovely Friday. Sort of excited for tonight. It's been a while since I did some pasta. We're going to be doing the Swiss steaks. Essentially frying them like chicken fried steak. But going to pair that with our mushrooms and some of our beef stock. Actually, I'll get a thing of beef stock out while I'm talking about that. There we go. So you got instant gravy. Carry that with some mushrooms, thicken it up with a brew. We'll do that separate from our steaks. Didn't buy half and half at the store today. Worried this is on its last legs. It's okay right now, I think. I'm a little worried about it, say, tomorrow morning or, say, tomorrow afternoon. So I think the first project for tonight is getting the pasta going. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to get this beef stock, the frosting, by melting it in a pan. Then we'll get into pasta. And it's got some fat. It was one of the fattier bags. When I do out my stock, you ladle it out in a couple of pitchers, and always the top one out of the pitcher, it's going to have a little bit more fat to it. This is obviously one of the ones that was the top of that pitcher. It may have been in the first pitcher. This may have been the first batch. The whole thing. Let's see, what are we using for a knife tonight? Yeah, well, it's yeah, so on one hand, it's where all the flavor is. It's also what's going to cloud your stock up. It's what's going to make it go rancid quicker. A lot of downsides to that flavor upside. let you watch that melt into the pan again. I need more flour than that. Apparently there's a new grain CSA near me, so I may check that out. The farmer's market on Sunday. Farmers getting together and making a basket of grains that are all locally grown. Blocks the view of the camera. And for our pasta dough, we need another dose cups. And toss this out. Be right back. Eggs. Hey, Glass. What's good? I think this dinner is going to be great. We're melting some beef stock on the stove. I'm making pasta. get that white in there. Oh well. We'll live with it. We just want it to be yolk heavy. There's still going to be whites in there. Where was it? I saw a shell there. There it is. Well, I'm obviously using eggs in it. What's the difference between egg pasta and egg noodle? When you find out, let me know. Am I sure? Am I using eggs in this pasta? Yeah, I'm using eggs in this pasta. This pasta always tends to be a bit dry to me. Let's see what we get when we mix this up. See how close we get to it. It might be okay tonight. Might be. Starting to smell beefy in here. Usually if I have a bunch of them, I'll probably turn them into an egg white omelet of some sort. Serve them with something else. Throw them in your rice. If you're doing like a mixed rice dish, you're throwing some veggies or some meat with some rice, and throw them in there too. Or if you got an absolute ton of them, you can turn them into an angel food cake. You can use a whole dozen eggs and just use the whites to make an angel food cake. I almost did. I went light on the eggs. last 2 minutes get units on the battlefield for Stream Raiders. Yeah, this is looking dry again now that I get it on the board, but we'll see after I need it for a bit. Something about this tells me that this just isn't wet enough. Bottle. Coffee break. Oh, what are we gonna put out there? I think we're gonna put Killing Field out there. Something like that. Agree. Entropy picking up that reward. Now for the boss level. I kept it on the old theme. We're switching to a new theme after this map. I'm gonna put my monk out there since I got a little help last time. Hopefully we get a little help this time. I'm putting him on this side too. Now back to our pasta. I think this needs another egg. Sir, stock is now boiling back here, so I can turn that heat off. this is going to be messy for a minute. I tried to minimize the mess by doing that. Come on, soak it up. I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute. This is not looking too good right now, but it's going to be great. It's certainly not the most professional job of noodles I've made. Or pasta. Okay, now I'm going to scrape and flour the board. Making sure to give this a good scrub, since normally I'm not too concerned about my rolling pin having a little flour or something on it, but leaving raw egg on it, not a good plan. It was great, Caramel. Yeah, go buy some gluten-free pasta. use rice starch instead of flour. Starting to get back to workable. I am. Just a typical, like, linguine or maybe quarter-inch thick, quarter-inch wide noodle or pasta. Starting to get there. Then we'll let it rest. Then we'll pull out the roller. Meantime, we're going to get going with our gravy for tonight, or our sauce for tonight. It's going to be both a sauce and a gravy. I don't know. It's gonna be our sauce for our pasta, our gravy for our beef. But as you can see, this is getting a bit smoother now, even though I'm purposely trying to tear it as I need. Should always look torn in there, but somewhat smooth on that other side once you get going. Okay, I'm gonna let that set. Just like that. Yeah. I think some Italians would refer to both as gravy. Still gonna need the flour out a little bit for the rolling, especially towards the end. Need to clean the floors afterward anyways. Okay, coffee. Mushrooms. It wouldn't be a proper protein substitute. You can get some protein, but you're gonna have to do some sort of rice and grains. They're so close. They have some of the mushrooms are actually closer to being human than plant. They're closer to being meat than just about anything else. So you got some oyster mushrooms. And some creminis. We'll start with the oysters here, though. Ooh, that's a beautiful, just one bunch, perfectly packaged. And how often do you get that? Usually it's like there's a couple of bunches in there, there's a couple of somethings in there. Hey, Hud! But I'm gonna cut the pretty parts off of this. We'll use that as a part of our gravy tonight. We'll simmer these in the gravy sauce while we're waiting on everything else. And then this is going in the blender after I give it a clean cut on the bottom. Yeah, and then any weird extra bunches, This is a little large, that's why I'm worrying about it cooking properly with everything else, but all those scraps and stuff that you can find, throw that in the blender. We'll set those aside. Lice stake them. In what form? Ah, run away. Run away got to the floor, so it's got away. Not where it wanted to go, though. Stems on these, going in the sauce. They've all got clean feet to them. They're not all crusted with dirt. Of course, I know this variety grows their mushrooms on hay, so there's none of that stuff that people worry about anyways. Nice fresh mushrooms. Most of them still have their full veil. Still connected to the stem. That's how you tell your age of your mushrooms, where, you know, that one was completely touching and essentially still attached to the stem. This one, a little bit close, it's the same batch, so it's just as old, but this one had pulled away a little bit more, and the more you can see of the gills of the underside, when it comes especially to creminis or buttons, that's when they're getting up there. Still usable, but they're the ones you want to pass over in the store if you got a better choice. These I'm going to slice, but slightly thicker than my average slice, so don't want these to completely dissolve, although they're going to be sauteed and hopefully get a little color. I'm going to have to do them in several batches if I'm going to get good color out of these, though. And we're going to be using a bunch of oil if we're going to be doing these properly, get nice color on them. Oops, going thinner again. Thicker. How do I sharpen my knives? With a stone? I've got, they're not going to be easy to get out, but I've got 2 stones. One of them I got from my college as sort of like standard issue. And then I bought, or I got gifted, another stone that was considerably finer for doing like occasional work on your knives. But beyond that, once you get a good knife edge, as long as you maintain it regularly, it stays pretty well. You have to do something to it. Not that it, normal life doesn't occasionally. But yeah, so that's that story. Let's grab a handful of these and throw these with the sauce as well. Okay, so we got our mushrooms in the blender, and we're going to add all of our beef stock into that. And this is going to go for a blend. But I will mute my microphone for your ears. And so there's our resulting mushroom liquid, which we just have to essentially thicken. We're going to start by searing a bunch of mushrooms. The other part of this. Cooking oil. In my case, sunflower. Wait for that to warm up a little bit. Meantime, we're going to strain this. Making sure the pan back there was still happy. Made sure it had a nice coat across the entire bottom. Set this back here on the stove to hang out for a little bit, and we'll get to searing some mushrooms here. Got another battle here. Let's give this, turn the pan off. Since we're so close to a battle here, we got another 20 seconds. Probably not enough time for anyone else to get going. But that way we can do the battle and then we can focus on sauteing mushrooms. Gonna get all the flavor in the pan from the mushrooms and from the onion that I was forgetting to chop. See how we do this one. I'm gonna put a haste buff out there for us. Victory! Victory! Couple of losses that one. But Zach helped us out with those kills and assists. Entropy grabbed a couple of scrolls. Boss defeated. And this is going to be the last of our past stream. Or our past theme here. Not stream. Theme. And now we're into Halloween. All we can do is defend here, huh? Or is this good placement area? Is this good placement area? Can I put this here? No. Okay. So all we got is perps. I'm gonna go in the center. We're gonna have to defend ourselves. That's what that map looks like to me. It looks like we're gonna have to defend ourselves as they attack us. Alright. Back to the board here. I'm gonna quick chop this onion. And then we're gonna go to searing mushrooms. Oops, I messed that up. I was going to slice that in half first. So these are going to be not quite in half. I wanted to do that first. One's getting in my eyes a little bit. It's rare, I don't get them irritating my eyes very often. Okay, but onions after mushrooms. Turn the heat back on over here. Our pan is probably still plenty warm from earlier. Good coffee tonight. Wasn't bad with the... I enjoyed it actually with the star anise and the coffee. It's a bit pricey for what I want to do for my average everyday coffee. Like I was saying during the stream the other night, I think it was beneficial, but not for him as much as it cost. Though it's got me wondering if maybe I should put together a spice mix for with my coffee, because you could do that cheaper. We want this pan smoking. And we want somewhere to put our stuff after we're done searing it. So that plate down here next to the frying pan. Just now starting to light the smoke. Moving the oil around here should help that a little bit. We're only going to want to do a single layer of mushrooms, so I'm figuring I'm still going to have to do 2 batches here. Yeah, especially if you do other caffeine drinks, it dulls it, but yeah. It's true for everyone these days. It used to drive me insane. I would offer coffee at the farmers markets, and I was doing it basically at cost in order for the marketing for everything else that I was doing at the stand. And you get these ladies that would get a small cup, and then, you know, when they think you're not looking, pour half of it out, and then replace it with cream, like the cream was free to me or something. On the scale of things, that was smaller things to annoy me. I had a lot of fun doing it. That's why I kept doing it, though, too. Add a bit more oil. Give that a turn around the pan. Splash my hand there with hot oil. I'll be okay though. Nothing wants to flip for me today. They're all usually grab, but none of them want to move. None of them want to flip. It refuses to flip. Once more with a bit more oil. Still with the flame up on relatively high. in for these. I have not seen that yet. I've been hearing people talk about that. What service is that on? Who's streaming that? Or who's got it on TV or... Okay, we're back to smoking here nicely. Doesn't really come across on camera too well that it's smoking. You can see a little bit of haze there. But that's smoking pretty good. It's on Netflix. I do not have Netflix. I have been tempted to do a free month here with a couple of things that they have had lately, but I still don't see it as something that I want to subscribe to and stay with. None of them really do. Yeah. Oh, I completely understand, Carol. But for me, the internet's enough for me. Out on the road, you may not have the greatest bandwidth to do stuff without pre-downloading. That's also what I hear from a number of people, but it's apparently whatever everyone has to watch lately. Starting to get some nice color there. Yeah, I'm sort of putting it in the same category as, what was it, Tiger King or something like that? What's his name? You know, the dude that's in jail, but everyone seemed to love. Sort of like if you took that concept, that whole Tiger King like mentality towards, you know, sensationalism and, you know, and everyone has to see this right now, and then applied it to like the old Japanese competitions where you had to, run through said course. Yes, those are oyster mushrooms. We are celebrating National Mushroom Day today with these lovelies, along with some creminis and our mushroom and beef sauce / gravy. Some kind of dystopia for a bunch of people. Okay, we're going to set these aside now. Still got the pan on. Bit more oil in the pan. Just a little bit this time, because it ain't going to be all soaked up by those mushrooms for our onions. So we sauteed all of our mushrooms and onions in this pan before we started building our sauce. I think it's just starting as far as that, HUD. I think it's going to be, I think the whole concept of TV, where everything was so consolidated down, is pretty much gone. Twitch is going to be the new equivalent of TV in 10 years. It's going to be so diverse with so many people. Yeah. Yes, Slice. I actually, I don't have it here in this house, but unfortunately my grandmother passed away last year. And during that, I got the old family cast iron, which I believe is over 100-year-old pan. Yeah, she was amazing, and I'm very sorry to lose her, but unfortunately that's also part of life. New season of You, like that, I haven't even heard of that, Caramel. Nice, Slice. I have no clue how old these are because I got these at a like a flea market or junk shop or antique store. Well, HUD, that's sort of the thing. There is no ultimate platform. There won't be an ultimate platform. There's things that YouTube is very much more focused on completed, polished content compared to streaming, which is very it's what happened in live. French onion paste? Nah, I'm just throwing some onions in with the mushrooms. Going to be thickening this up. I'm going to roll out some pasta. And then I have some Swiss steaks that I'm defrosting. So some thin cut steaks. And I'm going to actually chicken fried steak those. Let's see if that wants to work tonight. Nope. So I'm just cooking these onions until they're cooked through. Okay, we've cooked the majority of the moisture out of these now. They're going to start just cooking. Unless I wanted to add some stock or something in there. Get the flour out already. Now we're going to start a roux. Add some butter to the pan. That pan's off, by the way. There's no flame underneath it all. Now there's a flame underneath it. It's along that line, yeah. There is no... I'm not trying to give this a classification tonight. We're just cooking mushrooms and pasta with some steak. Well, I think we're also seeing... I've said this many times before, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but we're at, like, an all-time low of, like, game development and new games coming out because of the outbreak of COVID and the slowdowns and the delays of everything, and so there's no game money being thrown into marketing right now. And so that's really... I mean... I'm sitting here cooking, but I realize that this platform that I'm cooking on is driven by games. So now we got our nice roux cooking. And we'll add our mushroom sauce to this. No cream at all in this. This is just mushroom and beef stock. We'll let that come up to temp. Yeah, YouTube is more established. It's longer running. It's got more viewers. All the way across, it's a bigger platform. It's just not really looking at stream. I mean, they're getting streamers and they have streaming, but it's not really a streaming platform. It's a recorded video platform that has streamers. Hey! Welcome, Raiders! Glad to have ya. How we all doing tonight? Thank you for that raid, Kip. What were we doing? Were we playing video games? What were we up to today? This morning, I'm guessing. Hello, everyone. I'm Jason. I'm on the western end of the U.S. in Sonoma County. And we're making some mushroom and beef pasta tonight. Not really classical of any sort of form, sort of pulling things together. Gonna be doing Swiss steaks. Gonna be frying them sort of like chicken fried steak. And then we're gonna be pairing that with our sauteed mushrooms and onions. And back here behind me, we have a combination of pureed mushroom with beef stock that I am thickening with a roux after I cooked all those mushrooms and onions in there. And then this is all going to go with that batch of pasta that's on the corner of my cutting board right now. Then I'm going to start rolling out here soon after we do our Stream Raiders battle. Joined in right just in time for our next battle. They'd have to up their video quality. From my understanding, they don't allow uploading bitrate the same, but we're getting to the point where you can do live video, and the only thing we're really worried about is getting into 4K or better than 1080 resolution. Battle. Stream Raiders. We have Stream Raiders here. Apex, awesome. I have not played Apex since the first season. Do haste. Oh, we can't move around, so that's... I think it's better we do Stronghold. Though I have been royally addicted to New World for the last week. I'm still torn on if I think it's a good game or not, but I've definitely been addicted to it. Finally, it released us and let us go after things. refill my water while we're waiting on this battle to finish up here. Victory! Victory! Hit Mama Bear coming in with the kills. Entropy and licking door knob is illegal. One heck of a name. With the rewards. And which way we going? We going top or bottom here? I see gold chest there, blue and green. I like gold. Let's go for gold. Ooh, getting interesting with our patterns here. I'm still gonna put my characters in the blue though. So I'm gonna put my guy right there because I think that's an opening right there. Have a sip of water. Okay, back to pasta. We got our sauce simmer away on the stove there. That's looking nice and lovely. It's thickened up slightly. It's going to reduce a bit more and thicken a bit more as we go along. But that's a good start. Give this a quick clean up and get it out of the way. Pasta machine. Where is the pasta machine? We need a bit more room here tonight. Put those up there where I'll forget them for tonight. So this is the pasta roller I'll be using tonight. Just going to be going through here and then through the cutter there. Grab our pasta dough back. Give this a little bit more of a roll out. See, now that's looking like a good pasta dough. Give me all that hassle earlier. Open this up to its widest setting. Get rid of the roller. Oh, hey, I need a crank to crank the pasta roller. Oh, lovely, my Halloween decorations getting in the way of the pasta maker view. Went through nice and cleanly the first time there. That's nice. Slight dust in the flour. Just folding over and going back at it. Until we get a nice, solid, fully worked piece of dough here. You notice it's getting smoother and smoother looking too. It was really rough looking when I first did that. And it's still sort of hard to see. But you can see sort of like dry flour sort of look to some of that in there. And we're working that out slowly. We're also developing our gluten, giving our noodles or our pasta a bit more chew. Really light on the flour here. It's more keep it from sticking to anything in my rolling machine or last couple of folds and pulls through here. Starting to look nice, and you can see the past rolls where I dog-eared it. You can see the dog ear there, dog ear there. I think this is going to be the last fold. And we'll start scaling down from after this one. See, much smoother looking. None of that dry flour looking like we have before. Down to size. Back through again. So you notice it's getting longer and longer as it gets thinner and thinner. In fact, we're at the point where so we're going to cut that in half now, or roughly in half. One thinner on the size. Then we'll get to cutting. This isn't the thinnest it can go. I think it's a good thickness for noodles or for pasta or sort of linguine fettuccine type noodle pasta. It's still a noodle if it's pasta. Sauce is looking lovely. Does need a bit of a shake up there though. Smelling that flour actually right now more than mushroom or beef in this, which is why you gotta cook your roux. Okay, so we got to our thickness for cutting. Now we gotta cut. Side. There we go. sometimes a little pain to get started cutting because it's not like the squeezing wheels where you can just sort of put it between them and let it go. It's got to catch. Sheet pan with the little dusting of flour on it. And we have our pasta. The other half. So there we go, there's pasta. That'll be enough for tonight and tomorrow. This is sticking to the pan a little bit. Then it's not like burning sticking to the pan, but it's thick enough now that it's sort of coating the bottom. So I'm going to turn the heat off on that actually. Allow that to hang out for a little while. We're going to need the space here though, which is why I'm fussing. Because we need both frying space and boiling space. So over here on the stove, we're going to combine you and you. Move you from the scene. The sauce up here over the ugly burn in the top corner. Pull out the little mushroom that we missed. And we're going to get both my large frying pan and my pasta pot. start filling our pasta pot with water. I think it's time to open some wine. Just my keyboard, nothing important. Perfect sizing. Drinking Merlot tonight. This is on cheaper end. I don't recall the price of this one. I bought it over a month ago. I would guess it's probably an 8-bucker. It's a Californian wine, not in that the grapes came from California, but probably from all over the place. So they probably sampled all sorts of stuff for this. And mixed all sorts of lovely things together to come to this lovely concoction. Versus, say, some of the other wines that are a specific location or specific vineyard, or this could be blended from just about anything in the state. But that's all they're promising to you, too, at the same time, which is great. I'm getting more and more annoyed with wine labels. I was sort of starting to touch on it. Someone asked me for wine recommendation on Discord. I didn't give them a great answer in response. And it's partly because, well, I touched on it. They're all going to like brand names for their wines, where it's their signature blend, and so you don't even really know what they're putting in it anymore. They're moving further and further away from that whole, okay, you got Shards, you got Merlots, you got Cabs, and you got Zinfandels. Even though all of them have other things mixed into them a lot of the time, at least it's on the label. Instead of, say, ooh, this is, I don't want to call it a wine company, but this is their blend. I wish America, when it came to wine, was much more like Europe and just, realized that the place it grows matters to the product. Real dark color. I'm not in love with the nose. It's not entirely unpleasant, but there's some harshness there too. This is definitely young red that is maybe needing a little bit more time. This one's maybe a little early. Then again, it's a blend, so it's probably as intended. Pleasant. Nothing really off-putting. Not like a jam bomb, not giving me a ton of flavor at the same time either. Will work with anything sort of a wine. To expect a little more fruitiness from my Merlots than this too. There is some fruit there, but it's very muted. Don't need a ton of oil in there. Just enough to get our steaks at least halfway in there. You could do this one, I could have done this one entirely in the large fry pan. Take the sauce out of there and fry it in there. This is just safer with the higher sides. I have my other cast iron top and bottom too, but I've went and hidden that on myself. It's still here, it's not lost, it's just buried. That's good for that. Turn the heat on there, turn the heat on here. And we get into the fun stuff with our steak. I just put the flour away. That'd be good for just a small package. Spice time. This beef is going to be spicy. Not necessarily hot, but spicy. As in, full of spice. Some herbs too. Battle. We shall go to battle. Put some haste on our main crew there. See how we do. Well, maybe should have started at the top up there. Oh, I get it. We have to break down doors in order to get in there in the fight. That's cool. They've added doors. Not so cool when we have to break through doors while being shot. We got that though. Just gotta wait for that one last mob to get pegged. Oh, I didn't even give it time to it. Head Mama Bear getting those kills. Career and Entropy getting the golden scrolls. Ooh, goodies for me too. Ooh, ooh. Good. Monk time. Make sure we're not getting too hot over here. Too quick. And go back to filling spices here. Boo. Can you guess them all? The ones you can't read the labels on top, from the top of the stream. It's almost like we got as much spice as we got flour in here. We don't even have salt in there yet. So this is what we're coating our beef with. No egg tonight, no nothing else, just flour and seasoning and in the oil. Open our steaks up. And use two of them side by side. Or what do we got going here? Yeah, we got two of them side by side. Awesome. So these have already been tenderized by running through a machine that gives them a slice. So I'm going to deal with you a little bit later. I'll do this one at a time. We want to get flour in all those cuts. Or flour and seasoning in all those cuts. Want to rub salt in those wounds. Coat my fingers in all sorts of flour tonight. What's our oil temp up to here? We're almost to a boil here on our water. 260 on the oil. Another major advantage between this pan and a couple of my other pans that I've used for oil for frying in the past. This one's a stainless steel. This one's a real pan. And so it doesn't, the aluminum ones, they almost like insta-weld to my grates underneath. They stick. and they want to catch. And that's not good when you want to move your oil around a little bit here and there. Crushed roasted pig. It's not a horrible idea. If I get myself another pig, I'm definitely getting its skin on. And yeah, we're gonna have to make some chicharrones. I'm also gonna have to have. I think I'm gonna wait, include in the math for the next pig. The first pig that I bought, I included the freezer in the cost of pricing it out over time. So now the freezer's sort of, in my mind, paid off, even though it's not. I mean, I still need to get use out of it. And so, I think into the next pig, I'm going to price in myself a proper meat grinder to go along with that. So that we can do all that fat properly ground. We can make some nice sausage. I can grind up all this fat to use it, turn it into lard easier. For our beef, I'm gonna get a sheet pan with a wire rack and set it just off the side over here. Yep. Well, you could also use... Oh, it depends on what... You can use those, new milk fat solid products, like, that cereal that's going around. Without naming names, because I'm not trying to advertise it. Almost 300-ish. 295. Pasta water is basically ready. Let's throw a lid on that. This pot's a little deceptive as to how hot the water is, because it's double jacketed. It's got one of those pasta jackets on the inside of it, and so I think the majority of the water tends to boil up and around that jacket in between the two layers rather than trying to funnel into the center and up. I've seen a number of streamers talking about it. But apparently they're starting to use, which, that's even worse for the environment too. No worries, Slice. Welcome back. We're waiting on our oil to heat up. We're at about 300 degrees with the oil. We got our water almost ready for our pasta. We got our pasta all cut up, rolled out and cut up. We got our steak here sitting in a massive amount of spice and flour. And we still have our veggies still chilling over here. Our sauce is also ready back there too, but it's sort of chilling, waiting for pasta and everything else to be ready. It's looking good. I'm liking how things are turning out here. I think I'm going to toss the onions with the pasta and the sauce, and then use the mushrooms as garnish. And I haven't decided if we're going to put that steak on top of all of that, or if we're putting it off to the side. Because put it on top, it's going to cover the whole thing and make it not nearly as pretty. Let's see what we got up here for the mushroom. Oh, that's getting a little bit of a skin going with it. Have to mix that in nice. Real gravy. Good skins. That's sort of where I fall off as far as streaming and all these videos and stuff like that, is because when you're doing that much extra, you're doing, for my mind, you're doing it for the show. And it's still gonna taste amazing. I realize, I mean, I post photos out there, but I realize that I'm never gonna compete with, we got full-blown businesses out there doing nothing but, like, Instagram content these days. And much like the YouTubers can, bake 50 loaves of bread and get the most perfect one to use for their video. Same thing with those photos. That food ain't necessarily food to be eaten. It's food to be looked at. Definitely at a boil over here now. We gotta be getting close here. Oh no, we've only gone up. Well, we definitely need to turn up the temp here. Let's turn up that flame. That's taken entirely too long to warm up. But this is also a great dinner that you can do if you're looking for doing beef on the cheaper side. I mean, this can be done with the Swiss steak or a cube steak or anything that they've heavily tenderized, because we're frying it quick. It's not going to be getting a ton of heat time. Yeah, I hate the, well, I'm torn on Tasty. A lot of Tasties, there's a lot of other ones that are like Tasty that have, like, horrible recipes. Like, Tasty at least has decent recipes that they're doing. But I get where you're going with that. There's so many of them that are along that line that are doing this, like, clickbait, but with food porn. It's like what the ones that really get me irritated are these now TikTokers. It used to be the people that were doing what was the one that Twitter did before, TikTok, Vine, all the Vine people. Both of these have come out with all these people that are doing recipes purposely designed to throw people off. You know, like that nacho dish they did on the counter, because everyone would be like, what the heck? You know, like completely like, what are they doing? It would get views rather than actually doing proper food. Or you see all of these like quick make videos on YouTube that are like 30 seconds long that don't really show what they're like. Here, mix nacho cheese with this and this, and it's this amazing dinner. Yep. Now we're getting up there. Now that I cranked up the heat on that. Because, to be honest, I follow Tasty's recipe for making cinnamon rolls. They have one of the best recipes that I've seen out there for making cinnamon rolls. I've tried quite a few, too. It's thorough, it's complete, it'll work in just about anyone's kitchen. Now, when it comes to the video that they use to promote that recipe, I could care less for. No, it's not the plan, Slice. I am thinking large bowl. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm not going to put the beef with the pasta. We're going to do the beef off on the side plate. The pasta is going to be mixed with the sauce, mixed with the onions. We'll twirl that into a nice mound in the center of the bowl. We'll pour a bit more of the sauce and the mushrooms around the side. I don't know. You got across what you were trying to get across. Debating if this is one batch of pasta or two here. If I get that thing rolling, I think we can maybe do this all at once. It's pushing it though. Yeah, I don't have my thing in front of me. I'm not watching when the ad rolls are hitting. I have them set for once every 30 minutes. I think we're probably up to temp now for our oil. Yeah. Okay, we're looking at 380 at the oil. 385. 380, 385. So let's go in with our first steak. over to the pan. Get that refined salt. I like cornmeal, but there's only certain times that I like using cornmeal because it does have that bite to it. And you sort of want a dish that you want that bite to it to be there. It's got a little chew. That's perfectly fine right now. I did just turn the oven on to 170 because it's going to take me a minute to do the pasta and other stuff. Though, if I could just serve that right now, that's ready to go in my mind. That's looking. I mean, it's not cooked all the way through, but you still got some blood going. But it's steak. We got a nice sear there. We got some loveliness there. Now on for the other one. This one I can make sure that it's not letting air trap underneath it like the other one. We can get rid of this out of the way. It's drinkable. It's inoffensive. It's not exciting. Would love to have you, other than it's not really room or set up to have people join me. Giving that one a little bit longer. Now that's something I haven't done in a long time. That's like one of the first dishes that I learned to do, too. I mean, commercially, not family recipes or things like that. Many recipes before that. That was one of the first recipes I was taught in culinary, in, like school for food. more fine salt over this one. Turn the oil heat off. So we'll take our 2 pan-fried steaks, or chicken fried steaks, throw those in the oven just to stay warm. And slide this to the back carefully. Add some heat to our mushroom sauce that we got going here. Okay, we got that. We got that. We need a bowl to toss our pasta in. We'll throw our onions in the bottom of that bowl. Yep. Thin slice. Ready to go. Oh, hey, we got a battle ready to go here. Let's do our battle. Give haste to all of us, almost. See how we do here. That was back when every kitchen had a bottle of like 10-year-old Marcella in them, though. Now it's almost like a rarity. There always used to be like a couple of bottles that would always be in just almost every kitchen you go into that they hardly ever used. Or they used so little of it. Fernet's another one of those. I like Fernet. Do I have a bottle of Fernet? I do. That's another one of those drinks that just drastically, like, we were talking about wine on the Discord a couple days ago. And how food will radically change that. Fernet is another one of those. Victory! We killed him! We got him! Thank you for your help, OZ. Career and Entropy getting the gold. One heck of a pickup there. Congrats. I think we're gonna wrap things up here tonight for Stream Raiders. We're not gonna be another 30 minutes. We're gonna be a little bit longer, but we're not gonna be 30 minutes. So we'll wait on Stream Raiders until Sunday, when I'll be doing tortellini by hand for the first time. Okay, our sauce is heating back up here. Making sure that's nicely mixed. Let's cook our pasta. I think it's time to cook our pasta. I think it's time to throw a little pat of butter in with our sauce too. Finish our sauce off with a little butter. Not a lot, just a little. It's gonna add a little bit of sheen to the whole thing. It's gonna tighten it up ever so slightly. back to full heat on that pasta water. In fact, let's give that one more moment with the lid on, make sure we got that at a full boil. Because like I said, we're semi-overloading that pan with pasta, or pot. Okay, pasta going in the water. Oh, hey, maybe we should show you everything that's going on here. Pasta in the water, top on, keep that heat as much as possible. Lost our boil. Still at a full high heat though. Don't want to lose our boil. This is a bad thing. Though some of that pasta is already rising to the top, which means it's already cooking through. Don't need much longer here. We'll go into this bowl with that pasta. That's looking done to me. Heat off. Where's my chef's work? First mix in some of that onion. Let's add our mushroom sauce over the top. Just barely coming to a bubble now. Off. Used up all the sauce in our pasta, so I'm not going to put any in the bottom of the bowl. That didn't stay the way I wanted it to, but I'll live with it. I'm gonna take our cooked mushrooms all over the place here. How's that look? It's not as fine dining presentation as I originally intended, but I think that's plenty yummy looking. Wishing I had some parsley for the top of that steak. Oops. I decided putting the beef on top of that would be covering everything else up and hiding it. So I did a second beef plate. There we go. Now this is going to be enjoyed together. All of the grain was going in this direction, so we're going to be cutting it in this direction to get the proper tenderness. But otherwise, I think we are set here. I think this looks like a beautiful dinner. I am so happy I did this. What's everyone else think? Did I make the grade tonight? Were you expecting something fancier? Were you expecting this? let me know in the Discord. Maybe I'll actually put last week's or Wednesday's photos on the Discord by now. But as usual, pictures will eventually be on the Discord. Should be on Discord tonight. And on Instagram in the next couple of days. We got all their socials right there. Thank you to the bot for being timely with that. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, you'll find updates and announcements for the videos many of the time. I didn't post going live tonight, but many times I do, especially on Wednesdays. And, yeah. Thank you for joining me. Let's see if we can't give a raid to anyone tonight. Let's see if anyone's out there streaming that we can pass some love on to. Let's give this page a reload too, make sure I'm looking at reality. Okay. We're going off to my typical Friday target. I'm going to send everyone off here to go and hang out with Rhino Lion, do a little pottery here tonight. He's still doing cups. He's at the very end of doing cups. He's filling up orders that he messed up or didn't think were 100% perfect. But should be moving off the cups here soon. I think he's doing mostly trimming tonight. Anyways, it's always sort of visually hypnotic to me. I love watching his stream as far as doing the pottery. Gonna be back here doing tortellini on Sunday. We'll have more stream raiders. And who knows? I don't really think I have plans beyond doing tortellini yet. So what will I pair that with? What kind of a... Are we gonna do chicken marsala tortellini? I don't know. Check out Discord ahead of time, you'll find out, or otherwise show up on Sunday. Hope to see you then. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.